Yeah, cool.
Where's this going now?
Probably tomorrow or the day after. Just in time for leaving here.
Okay.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. It's Darren from Jace Media, and tonight we're in Courtier, and I'm joined by a couple of guys from Cats in Space. They'll introduce themselves, and then we'll get into it.
I'm Greg.
I'm Damien.
Guys, thanks very much for giving me the time.
You're welcome. Thanks for the candles.
Yeah.
You know, trying to add to the whole ambience of the night. You know, get the candles
I
out.
like the candles.
So, 10 years. Has it flown by? Has it been a joy? Has it been all you expected it to be?
It's only 5 years for me.
You know, 5 years for Dames. It feels like 50 for me. But to be honest, it really has flown by.
Have you enjoyed it? Has it been all you thought it would be when you got Cats together? Did you think it would be a slog that you were going to enjoy? Do you think it was going to be all magic and unicorns? Or
No. We wrote a song about unicorns, thinking that would help us, to be honest. But no, we knew it'd be a slog. The music business is a slog, and there's not really a business anymore. So it's everything to do with it is an incredibly hard slog. But we were only meant to be doing one album, which was going to be a studio project, and that was it. So we didn't have any grand plan to do 8 albums and God knows how many tours and do 10 years. But I guess thinking back then, I thought if this does go, it'd be nice to end your career till you retire with it. You know?
Yeah, with the mountains of cash you're going to make,
the mountains of
and
cash,
and the expensive cars and houses you're going to buy.
Exactly. Until COVID came along and ruined it all.
And ruined everything. And even so much so, like, I was going down to see you guys at summertime.
Yeah.
At Hyde Park. And, you know, and that took a cruel twist. So, you know, people pay lots of money for gig tickets and things like that. But like for you guys as well, you know, travelling all over the country, travelling hundreds of miles every day.
Yeah.
People go, it must be great being a rock star, you know, out and doing. There are certain
No,
elements.
it's not, let me tell you.
The man has spoken. It's not all unicorns and rainbows, everyone. It's piles of shite. And but we love doing it.
We love doing it, of course we do. I'm sure James would agree. But when you lose something like the ELO gig in the summer, where you really build up our whole tour that we're doing now, we knew would do really well off the back of that amount of people that you play to in one afternoon. It clatters you when it doesn't happen. Yeah,
because I think you get a build up and then you get a come down, and there's a bit of. And
it was a come down, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and you can build yourself back up again, because there will be hopefully another tour or show like that around the corner. And although it's a setback, and although you feel pretty bummed out about it, you have to keep going. You know, you have to make the music that you feel you want to make, that you want to give the fans. And I think as long as the fans keep coming.
We've always got a clear objective. You know, we will plough forward regardless of anything. You know, whether nothing's going to stop us. So we're all very dogged. We're all bloody minded, and if we decide that we're going to do something, we will do it regardless of what the parameters are.
What's in the way.
We will do it, because if you don't do it, what's the point of doing it? You know what I mean? We've got to. If you're going to try and stick in this game long term, you've got to be prepared to just really dig in. And we do. We do a good job. You know, we work hard. We care a lot about the fans. We care a lot about the music. We pay a lot of attention to everything that we do, and we spend a lot of time doing it. You know. You know, and I
think you've got to have the
band's good. Yeah, the players in the band are, if I do say so myself, they're exceptionally good players.
You're mentioned there. The players in the band are good. You've got you can hold them to that. You can hold them to that.
You can carry a tune very well.
Thank you.
You can hold them to that and say, "Do you remember we had that interview? That was really good." And there's no coming back for that.
Damien knows what I think about his voice. He knows he's the Rolls Royce. You know, it's we have the ability to do whatever we want to do.
Yeah.
And it's very exciting knowing that we're not restricted by pretty much anything. So so we're all very determined
And I think that's good though, you know, to get, I mean, I saw you in more a while back, you know, on one of the first tours and stuff. And you know, you guys have got something, you know, and if you're attracting, you know, top-notch musicians who want to come and play, then you feel that you have something special that you know that you can carry on. And I think it's down to the fans as well. The fans enjoy what you make; they will keep coming back, you know, and heralding you guys to keep making good music, you know.
Yeah.
And you get to play in splendid arenas like this,
It's a beautiful venue,
isn't it?
Yes.
We like
it's
churches.
gorgeous
don't
and it's relatively unique as well.
Yes. Then I think, what do you guys prefer? Do you prefer the
Churches.
the bigger venues with much more going on, or do you prefer the kind of small, intimate, or do you like both? What's your preference? Have you got a preference?
What's yours?
I don't really have a preference because it's really all genuinely it's all about the people who come to see us in those venues. You know, there's no point in being a huge venue if you can't
Fill it, or
fill it,
yeah,
and then it's difficult to at the level we're at. It's difficult to fill those big venues.
yeah,
And it's for everyone. It's not, you know.
Across the board, it's getting harder.
yeah. I think you're right. I think you know, people come to shows, you see it every day on Facebook and Instagram, and you know, venues closing down and please buy your tickets. But I kind of guess that I think it runs into which particular style of music. Like, you know, you're not just going to go and buy a £90 ticket for something just because they're the new big thing. If it's actually space that people enjoy, the type of music, the you know, the spectacle you put on, I think that's what keeps people coming
Well,
back.
people want an experience, and I've said this loads of times. People nowadays, especially of our age demographic, they're looking to do things that are like memories, you know, life memories. You know, because we're at that age where you've got to make time count. So if they spend £1,000 seeing Iron Maiden in the Olympic Stadium, although it costs a lot of money, it's obscene, it costs a lot of money, but that is a huge event for those people that will always cherish something like that. You know, me personally, I saw Iron Maiden and the Ruskin Arms in 1979. You know, I saw them 50p, but I still talk about that because it's still an amazing memory from that time.
Absolutely.
You know? So all Cats is trying to do with back screens, we have all this projection, and we're trying to put on a show which not many bands on our level can attempt, because either financially or they don't have the nous to do it. You know, not through their no disrespect, but we're very privileged to have a team of people that can do that, and they totally buy into the Cats in Space experience.
Yeah.
So we've got a very good team of people that are fully on board with what
you're trying to.
So it's a big help. But you've still got to sell tickets, and you've still got to compete with 1,000,001 bands. And also you've got to compete with a lot of people's apathy because they don't want to go out on a Wednesday and spend 25 quid seeing a band that isn't doing a show like Iron Maiden or Ghost or whoever. You know? So it's a really hard thing in this day and age to get people out. Once you've got them out and you've got them on board, we've got Cats fans that are so diehard, they won't miss us for anything. But you need to get a lot more of them. And in the old days, you could get more people a lot easier.
For less money now.
Funny enough, without the internet, you know what I mean? So you've got the internet now, but you've got so much stuff going on. You almost know a band inside out without actually having to go and see them.
Yes, to leave your house, you can go. I can watch the live stream gig from my living room, and it's costing me.
I've seen that now, and the TikTok generation with the 15-second thing, and you're always moving on to the next thing really quickly. So even, we're guilty of it. You know, we moan about it, but we're just as guilty of going, oh yeah, yes, I've seen that. So 30 odd years ago, you'd watch a half-hour program, you'd go and see an hour and a half gig. You know, it's a tough show, and that's why the business is so hard nowadays. But we love doing it. You know.
And again, it's testament to your music. You're making another album. You're making a better album. You're making a bigger production.
Number one album.
A number one album that that people want to go and buy. And I think that's what keeps the fire inside burning, because you know that it's still in you to make a quality production.
We're old school.
You know?
Yeah, we're old school. We still want to do albums fairly regularly. We still, it's like back in the day when Queen brought an album out every year, then went out and toured, blah, blah, blah. I still see that as, the Cats in Space fan, if you like, they want to put us into their record collections.
Yes.
And they want to see us as a band from that period of time because it takes them back to their place.
Absolutely.
And if we don't do that, then we don't give them the right buzz. So we do everything old school because that's what our fans want us to be. And from my point of view, I love that as well because it keeps us in that kind of right frame of mind to do what we do, And it kind of works for us.
And I think it keeps you relevant to a certain extent,
Yeah.
Like you say, there's millions of bands out there who are producing records every day, and you guys will take your time writing and producing the record and make sure it's perfect and putting it out there for people to go, I'm really looking forward to this, rather than saying, oh, I made an album that's similar last year. It's the kind of same thing. So I think it's taking your time to craft it properly.
Yeah, and we've got a very wide remit. I mean, all of us together as a collective, Cats in Space isn't boxed in by, you've got to sound like AC/DC, 10 tracks all the same. We can stretch out and bring in all sorts of different things and do it, and that's the Cats in Space sound, which immediately then ostracises us from
everyone else.
Certain festivals and certain people going, I don't really get where this is. It's like, you don't have to. It's music at the end of the day. We're still a rock band. It's music. It's like, Queen did Fat Bottom Girls and they did Killer Queen. They did I Want to Break Free. Such a vast palette of music, but everyone, that's Queen. Yeah. And that's what we want to be. We want to be that kind of. We don't have to be boxed in. And if certain people don't see that, then so be it.
People that maybe don't have the you don't want to see in television the width to go diverse. They're doing this, and you don't want to be saying, look at Queen 25 years ago, they made this album, and they were all the same. And people go, you're probably quite right. So I guess it's for you guys to keep producing the magic that people want to keep coming to see and want to buy and listen to. I mean, I'm a t-shirt junkie. My wife is like freaking out. I've got something like 988 tour shirts, right? Yeah.
There's an illness and then there's a super illness.
So, I will tell you something, once we finish I will tell
990?
Yeah. I will tell you something, once we finish I'll tell you the reason why.
Okay.
But every time I go to a show, you used to get bands and artists used to say, want a CD, want an album? I'm like, I've got CarPlay. And they're like, what's CarPlay? I'm like, well, it runs off your phone. You don't have a CD player. And they go, oh, I have a t-shirt, right? So this is going back to 1979 when I started my collection and stuff and toured the world and all that. And my wife's like, where the hell are you going to get these t-shirts? I'm like, what about it? They're everywhere, in drawers and boxes, they're under the bed, they're in the loft. And she's like, bloody hell. And every time I go to a show, I come back with a new shirt. And she's like, say, what you doing? And I'm like, and there is a certain bit of, I like to do it to annoy her a little bit, but she gets a bit pissed off because I've came home with another shirt. And if I go to a gig that's got 3 bands on it, I'll get 3 band shirts. And she's like, and I leave it in the dining room, unfolded over the chair, and she goes, another shirt, yeah. Who's this? Well, it's Cats in Space. So I'm going to get some merch when we finish.
Good.
But I guess that's another part of it where, for me, I think t-shirts is a big thing, merch is a big thing, because when some bands fade into the distance, you still have a bit of merch. You can say, I was there on their 10th anniversary tour, or I was there on their first tour, and I think that's always a good trait. And then when bands, they tell you they're retiring, and 5 years later they come back and go, well, not really retiring, and you go, well, I remember that shirt I got in 1982. I got an Iron Maiden sweatshirt in 1982 that was printed back to front, right? And I paid like £9 for it or something, Number of the Beast tour, and my wife's like, it's arms are up to there, why have you still got it? I'm like, because it's a collector's item.
It is,
and it's back to front, that's even worse. And she's like, you must have been stupid to buy it. I'm like, no. So you know, there is a bit of that. I like to buy a piece of merch because it always reminds you of, again, that this intimate setting. You know, with
merch is important.
Yeah, and a quality man. Merch keeps us going. It puts fuel in the van. It gets you a hotel for the night or whatever. And if enough people do it, it gives you.
Not our hotels. Our hotels are colossally expensive, aren't they?
Yeah. I thought you may have had like a travelling house with you under this like staying in hotels.
It's post-COVID. The prices are it's double what it was before.
Yeah.
So
it all makes it that much more difficult to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it really does, because
it's chaos. It was 600 quid to put this into hotels. Now it's 900 quid. You know,
Yes. And people say it's only 300 quid, but that 300 pound is a vast difference.
But then you got your petrol, you got your van. You know, we're a big touring party because that's just where Cats is. You know, there's 11 of us on the road. And we can't do it any less than that. That's that's our fault. But you've still got to add up all the costs involved with it. You know, you've got to sell a lot of merch, but we're pretty canny with our merch because we sell it in store. You know, and we got
so people can get it almost anywhere, which is nice. You know,
it ticks over. Yeah, it ticks over. And I think if you offer good products, you know, when we do a new album, for instance, we always make sure that the vinyls are absolutely as they should be from the old days.
Yeah.
They're always very well packaged. And I oversee that personally to make sure that it's spot on, because I'm a vinyl buff, so I know what it needs to be.
Yeah.
And I won't have any problems cut. And with the record label, obviously we signed to Cherry Records.
Yes.
They were trying to kind of rein us in a little bit on that. But I said, if you're only going to do one colour vinyl, then I'm still going to insist that it does A, B, C, and D.
Yeah, of course.
But now they've realised, because obviously I know what our numbers are.
Yeah.
I've already managed to make a deal with them whereby if we want to do some special stuff, we can do it exclusive in store.
Yeah.
And they can do their thing. So it's a very cool way of working. We've got a record label that are laid back enough to let you have your own little niche part of the
and they understand what it means, like, because it's
well, without it we don't survive. They don't get another record.
And I think it allows people to still buy into the Cats in Space,
the rarity side of it,
spaceship, as it were, where you can still buy records. If you can't get to the show, you can go, I bet that was an absolutely stonking show, and here's like 6 songs or 8 songs from the album that were on quarters on a Tuesday night. Do you know, so that's a big thing about it as well.
Absolutely, yeah. You've got to try and offer as much special stuff. We do VIP events for the fans. They come into the studio. We do the occasional special show. We're doing these acoustic shows that are coming up in January and February next year, which are like, they're open events, you know, they're ticketed events, but we treat them like no 2 nights will be the same, because it's fun and it gives the fans something to know that if you do come along, you'll get a bit more than just a regular gig.
It keeps it fresh. And I think that's what you guys look at, but keep it fresh.
We were saying just now, weren't we, about what songs we're going to put into some of the acoustic shows and saying, who remembers that, who remembers this? And to be honest, we can just tilt at anything.
If you want, and I think that gives the listener a good experience to say, I haven't heard that song for 8 years, I've not heard it. That's the first time I've ever heard it. And that's the whole ethos of putting on an acoustic show, that you can tweak it, you can change it, and you give the listener a real good experience. You know? But what can we expect tonight? What's the?
Oh, same as ever.
After that chat, it's the same as ever. Honest.
Tonight they will get I think we found out very quickly this is a rock set.
Yeah.
This is a much more rockier set than we've ever done before. We've got a couple of songs we've never played live, a couple that we haven't done for donkey's years, and it rocks because we do write the ballads and we do a lot of the slow start, build up stuff. But the Kickstart the Sun tour we did 2 years ago, we did a lot of that album, and we realised that there's a lot of slow stuff there, which is great over the course of a 2-hour show. But when you do an hour and 20, we just went, I think we need to rock out of it. So we just built a set this time that is, me personally, I think it's possibly my favourite set we've ever played.
Wow.
And I'm not saying that just for the sake of it. I really do love the set we do. And Bootleg Bandoneros is in there.
Excellent. Excellent, guys.
That's what we need
Listen,
to do.
I appreciate your time. I know you've got you want to get as far away from me as possible.
Well, we've got to play these candles out. That's
Yeah.
exactly.
Thanks so much for your time, guys.
Pleasure.
Boys for Cats in Space.
Pleasure.
If you can get down to cocktails tonight, do it because it's going to be a special show. And we'll see you on the road again soon.
Thank you very much, sir. Pleasure.
Rock on.
Rock on.
Elliot, rock on. Have a good time. And we'll get a little
Don't
picture.
burn your arm on them.